Do I look okay when I'm looking
You're
at you?
awesome. We're live right now.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, guys.
All right.
Welcome back to the podcast. Welcome to this awesome new season. And for the first episode, we thought it would be really fun to have Danielle over to have a discussion. And so you can say hello.
Hello, everyone.
It's weird, right? We're just
weird.
having a conversation
Yeah,
on,
yeah.
because usually I would do this with my computer at home and I'm alone.
Exactly.
But so today we wanted to talk about, as the first episode for the new series, the harsh truth of owning a beauty business. And then that's why we figured we'd bring Danielle in, because she's, how old are you, 85?
Yeah.
That would be good marketing
that
though,
would
right?
Be great.
Yeah, no. So
No.
65 now.
65 now, yeah.
65 now. Been through many
46 years of aesthetics.
of aesthetics, yeah. And
43, soon 44 of owning my business.
yeah. So I figured we'd just go back all the way back to
Back
the
in time?
beginnings, and then we can just see where the conversation goes. But
All right.
so when you decided, like, I know this, we're doing this
Yeah.
for you guys. So,
Yeah.
so if we go back to, you were what, 16, something like that, and you decided, hey, like, that's what I want to do. So
Actually, I knew at the age of 14, 15,
yeah.
I always wanted to be in aesthetics.
Mm-hmm.
And I even worked for a pizzeria illegally
Yeah.
and accumulated enough money to buy a chair, a steamer, a Luxo lamp, a high frequency,
My God.
and practice at home while I was taking my training.
Wow.
So I was really, really, really into it.
Wow. And what did your, like, how were your parents?
Oh, my mom was disappointed because I had great grades.
Yeah, you were good.
and
You have always been super good in
I've
school.
been- yeah, and she was hoping I'd be a doctor or something like that. But I thought, nope, I'll own my business. And I was lucky. I really was fortunate to know from the start.
Yeah.
That's what I want. And it's my belief that carried me all these years.
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
I
yeah.
always said, and I shouldn't have said that, but I've always said, the day I close is the day I decide to
It's a
close.
decision. It's not
Yeah.
like, yeah.
It's going to work no matter what. I worked 7 days a week, 12-hour days. When I opened at the Delta, I had to bring my laundry
Back home.
home with one of those little trolleys that, the old ladies walk around
Yeah.
with. And everybody in the elevator, because this was a business building, like an office building,
Yep.
they would look at me and go, "Oh, I'm doing your laundry, are you?"
It's so cute.
Yeah, it's like so cute. But yeah.
Well,
yeah,
they're laughing
so-
now. That's for sure.
yeah. Yeah.
Oh, my
But
God.
that's really at the very, very beginning. Yeah.
And yeah, because back then in the 80s? 70s?
79 I opened.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
before, so in the 70s, owning your business was not
There
Like-
weren't that many.
right.
And nobody believed it. Bankers did
Yeah.
not believe in us, right?
But I
And
think
the
that's still, I
trade.
think it's still, like,
Oh,
even
there's a lot of
today,
that.
it's still a freaking issue to get money, especially
It's
if you're,
awful.
it's awful.
Yeah.
They screw you over with really high interest rate because they're like, we'll make money off of this person.
Yeah.
Or they just simply don't, like, they have to
they
ask
don't
you
accept.
for a cosigner or something like that.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
even after, when was it, 25 years?
Mm.
Okay, at 10 minutes. I have to remember when that would happen. Well, when we bought Lion Street.
Oh, yeah.
I
yeah.
had to buy new equipment and all that. Went to the bank. My husband had to co-sign for me.
That's so insulting.
And I was already 11 years in business with, numbers and everything. So, yes, I was insulted.
Yeah.
And I never went back after that.
Well,
I
you didn't-
always did it on my own.
Yeah, you never really needed to, so.
No, except when I bought the high-end equipment.
Right, but they
that-
have, for people that are listening in the aesthetic industry, like equipment, machines, they're freaking expensive. Like
Very
people think that, oh, you keep all that money that you charge, and
No.
that's not true.
No.
Most of it goes to all that equipment,
Yeah.
and thankfully those companies have access to external financial companies, I guess.
Yeah, higher interest rates.
Higher interest rate though, but at least you can
But-
get the money.
You get the money.
At that point, you're like, well, am I going to go to a bank and get laughed at? Or
Yeah.
am I going to use the higher interest but get the machine?
Exactly.
So-
Exactly. And when you go to the bank, you have to have a whole bunch of papers ready
Yeah.
for them, for your projections and
Yeah,
whatnot.
like a plan. Mm-hmm.
And it's very hard to do that when you're working 5 days a week, 10-hour days.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
so you figure, okay, no, I'll try with the company, the borrowing company.
Mm-hmm.
But initially, yeah, after, 12 years ago.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
21 years of business. No, more than that. I don't know how
We
to
can't count.
I don't know how to count.
We can't count.
31 years of business.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
decided, okay, that's it. I don't want to be in the traditional aesthetics anymore.
Yeah.
I want to go into the paramedical.
Yeah.
And I invested then $175,000.
Back then.
Back then.
That's
yeah. And I had
insane.
to pay it in 5 years.
Always. It's always in 5 years.
But before I did that, I rented a machine.
So just to paint the
Yes.
image, so before you bought the skin tightening, the laser hair removal, all that stuff, the
Emax.
you rented. There was an option with another company to rent the machine per day.
Yes.
So we actually built the demand first. We rented it every single, well, not every day, like a couple days a month.
It was a day a month, and then it became 2 days a month, and then it became
3
3
days.
days a month, and it was
Yeah.
$1,000 a day.
Yeah.
So by the time I got to
3
that
days.
was like during the course of maybe just a year.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
After a year, 3 days, 3,000. Okay.
Yeah, like I can pay my own machine
I can
at
buy
that
my
point.
machine.
Yeah. And then you have the flexibility of having it
Yes,
all
and
the
the
time.
proof was, everybody could see what the improvements, how the goal and where you were getting to
Yeah, the
be.
results.
The results. So it was, that's the way I did it.
Yeah, and that's smart because you actually built it.
I've always been very careful with my funds. I have to analyze everything from A to Z before I actually plunge.
Well, as you should.
Because it's, you work too hard for it.
Yeah.
And if you go wrong, it's no fun.
It's no fun. No. So what would you say is one of the, like, a harsh truth for people that want to get into it? They're like, oh, I want to get into aesthetics. It'll be fun, blah, blah, blah. What would be like a hey, you got to think about this before you get into it? What would be one of those things?
You have to love.
What
you
you
have
do.
to eat, sleep. You have to always think, what next, what next, what next? Not sit back and say, clients will come. No,
No.
no. I mean, in my days, now since you've been there, it's been great with the social media stuff.
Yeah, well, yeah.
But in my days, it was letters and calls.
Newsletters, yeah.
Newsletters. And then, the people would come in, or evenings that you would do,
Parties,
which
yeah.
we still do.
We still do, yeah.
But in not the same objective.
Yeah.
But to build your clientele, you really have to,
Work.
oh my God, you have to work.
Yeah.
You have to work hard, but you have to love it. You have to think, okay, I did this, next time I'll do that. It just, that's what gets you going.
Yeah.
And then the clients, you appreciate the work you do by seeing the clients being rewarded and happy.
Yeah, they love it.
And work your files. I've had clients that've been coming to me for 44 or 45 years.
That's crazy. Yeah.
So, when they were 30 and now they're in their 70s, and it's like every month.
Wow.
It's amazing.
It's amazing when you think about it.
You had to keep those people going with results, with evolution.
Evolution, yeah.
Not go too crazy with
Trends,
too much
no.
trend. And I'm not trendy.
Me neither.
I'm a classic.
Yeah.
So I like things to remain for a long time.
Yeah.
And to prove themselves before I jump in.
Yeah. So saying, if you want to go into a career in aesthetics, whether you want to be a business owner or not,
Yeah.
you have to really love and be passionate about what you do, because otherwise you're screwed.
survive.
You won't survive.
No, because the first big thing you'll have is you're going to give up.
Yeah. Or you
And
won't be motivated enough to continue because you
won't
don't
be-
love it.
It's like, when you lose your staff.
Oh, yeah.
Because, I've been through a few of those.
Let's talk about that.
And I do keep my staff relatively a
yeah.
long time. But there was a phase where I was pregnant, I was having a baby, and, I had to take time off. And I had a staff of 9, and 6 left after a month of giving birth.
Bitches.
So I really cried, yes. And but then I thought, then I thought, okay, all right,
Put your sleeves up.
go to work.
Yeah.
And that's what I ended up doing. And thank God my mom was there then for my first baby, and she was She was there to help me.
Yeah.
You know, I lived upstairs, and so it
Yeah.
was kind of.
Yeah. So for those who don't know the history,
Mm-hmm.
they bought the building that the business is now in, and we actually lived on the on the other 2 floors, and the business was on the main floor. So she was never too far from the family.
No, and that was the goal.
Yeah.
Because when I rented at the Delta for 11 years,
Mm-hmm.
10, and then plus 1 because I couldn't find a place.
Yeah.
I wanted to live and work in the same place and have, you know, a sitter from when I went to work at 11 and when my husband came home at 5
Yeah.
because I worked till 9.
Yeah, that's another
Yeah.
thing. It's another thing that a lot of people don't, when they start in that industry, they're like, oh, I'll just work like 10 to 3 or like, and that's like, guys, that's,
You have to be
that's
available.
not, yeah.
I don't know the number of times at Christmas time, that was a biggie. Men would knock on our door. I want to buy a gift certificate. It's the 24th.
24th.
24th at 6 p.m.
Oh my God.
Okay. You know, open
Jesus.
the door.
But I mean, that's
that was
unusual because you
the
lived
beauty of being there.
of being there. That's
Yeah.
for sure. Well,
Yeah,
the beauty or the pain,
Well,
because you're
yeah.
always there, really.
Yeah, exactly.
But
yeah.
So working hard, passionate,
you know, want to
always wanted to progress.
always,
Yeah.
progress within a certain
Reasonable.
reasonable way.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and you know, feel your clients, and
Yeah,
see
that's
what
true.
the market is.
That's true because it depends on the type of treatments that you do. You may not be a place like us
No.
that do, you know, treatment plans and work on the skin and blah, blah, blah. You could be like a spa that
Yeah.
does waxing, tanning. You
Yeah.
know, that's a different, it's a totally different angle.
But either way, you have to feel your clients, see what the trend is. Not trend, but you know, see
no,
what's
just-
out there to compete and stand out. I've never been afraid of competition.
No,
Never have.
I feel like,
It's
especially,
like go,
it
and
doesn't
they come back.
Well, it doesn't matter. Like collaboration over competition.
Well,
Anyway,
The sun shines for
like,
everybody.
yeah, there's enough business for everyone. Like,
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, you shouldn't be afraid of competition. Actually, competition makes you stand out lots of times.
Yeah. Yeah. It makes you work on your craft and
Yep.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I had an idea that came and it just went.
Welcome to my world.
Yeah, no kidding. So coming back to the 70s, you picked your career, and how, like your friends, your surroundings, how did like,
Oh, you're gonna be a little esthetician.
well, yeah, like how
Yeah.
was the reaction to the people when you said like, hey, this is what I want to do and like I'm going for it?
Yeah.
What was the reception from your entourage?
Well, most of my friends were going to be secretaries,
Because that's how it
That
was
was the
back
trend
then.
then.
Yeah, yeah.
or they were going to be, you know, lawyers and doctors, and
okay.
you know, where they had a family where they could have the money to
Afford.
take them,
Yeah.
that far, or knew the connections to get there. In those days, you needed to have connections.
Yeah, no kidding.
So, no, it wasn't. I had people come in at my mom's, get services done
Okay, yeah. When you were in school.
when I was in school.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then when I started working in 76,
Yeah.
then everybody came, if they ever came to the place where I went.
Okay. Yeah.
Not too much.
It's a funny thing when you tell people that you do something that's not really the norm.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe today it's a little different because there's more options.
I think
But-
it's the area, though. You know,
Yeah.
Ottawa and
Yeah, government.
It's very government.
It's very government
So it's like,
oriented. Yeah.
What do you mean you're going to open your business? Like,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
What about your pension? What about this? What about that? Well, I'll worry about it and I'll plan for it.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
And that's what I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I remember there was many times when I decided to, you know, work more in the business, and I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I had friends laugh at me. I had even clients. We're not going to name names, but we even had
Yes.
clients, and you know,
Yes, I know.
you know who I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah.
But we even had clients that were like, what a waste.
Yeah, I know.
And it's like, F you.
But they look at you
But
now.
today, now, they're, yeah.
different.
Yeah.
Totally different.
The perception sometimes is a
Oh,
little
yeah.
insulting because
Yes,
they
it
they
is.
think that, oh, you just do like fluff facials and like
Yeah.
nails.
Yeah, but you know, above and beyond,
Oh yeah.
it's fine, because
Oh, it
stand
doesn't
out
matter. It doesn't matter.
Eventually, you
Yeah.
love what you do. That's the thing that's most important.
Yeah. Yeah.
Really.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
for
and
sure.
you believe in yourself. You believe in the work you do.
Oh,
And if you don't have that, you're not going to.
you're screwed.
You know,
Yeah, you're screwed.
yeah.
I mean, it's kind of nice. Like we're actually recording a podcast episode, and then you're like, "Oh, what do you do?" "Oh, I have a skin clinic." You know, like this is what we do on the side as
Yeah.
like other activities to like promote our
Yeah,
business, and
exactly.
so it's
It's great.
it goes far what you
Yeah.
can do.
It does. Yeah.
But yeah. So okay. So coming back to the theme, so passionate. You have to be passionate. You have to be ready to work.
Yep.
That's a harsh truth. I think a lot of people believe that you just sit on your ass and just business is going to come, which isn't true.
No.
What else comes to mind? Like financial is another big one. Like with
Well-
any business, right?
Financial for sure.
Yeah.
You have to.
Like let's say someone who's starting, obviously you didn't come from money either. So how did you,
Well,
you know,
you got to work, right? So
Yeah.
you need equipment.
yeah,
So
you
look
need
at-
an initial investment for
you
sure.
need an initial investment. Yes. Well, in the good old days, my father had co-signed for a $3,000 loan, which I paid in a year.
Oh, wow,
And
yeah.
then made another loan for 10 grand.
Yeah.
I mean, you're talking 79 here.
Yeah, no, that's a lot.
So that was, and repaid that in 5 years, and then did another loan. Each time there was, okay,
was
I'm
a
buying
bigger-
new equipment.
Yeah.
I'm expanding. I need the money, and that was okay
Yeah.
then. But you do have to plan. You have to plan. How much will this cost?
Yeah.
How much inventory will cost? Like inventory.
Oh, that's another huge one.
Don't
Inventory.
go crazy with 6 of each.
Yeah.
And
When we
3
say
lines.
inventory, we mean products.
Sales.
Yeah, we mean the retail that's on our shelves.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so if you go with 3 lines and 6 of each, it's like you got to pay that inventory.
Yeah.
And it's not going to move.
Unless you have the volume and you
Unless-
work to it.
But you're beginning a
Yeah,
business.
but when you're beginning, it's not like that. No.
It's like
No.
no. And you really can get trapped because there's all kinds of salesperson that comes to you and
Yeah.
you haven't really branched out. You know, you might have taken your course with a certain line, which will guide you,
Yeah, for sure.
but you might want to have something different. So, and cost.
Yeah. So what you did is that every time you borrowed money, it was like chunks of money every
Yes.
time.
Yeah. At a 5-year,
Yeah.
pretty much every 5 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
Until I moved to Lion Street.
Yeah. And then what would you do? Because I mean, I think realistically speaking, business is a roller coaster, right? Like you got good times, you got bad times, and it's always
Yep.
it's always the same like that.
Yep.
So in the bad times, what was your if business was slower than usual or something happened, staff leaving, whatever?
Yep.
What was your go-to plan to be like, okay, like
You have to look at your financials.
you got to cut, you know?
You cut, and you have to look at your financials and see, okay, where can I take this fund and put it in
somewhere
this
else.
fund, so this area, so that I can continue working.
Yeah.
Yeah, as little as a bus strike in the good old days in Ottawa, bad. Like,
Well, because everyone took the bus
They're
to
all-
come to work.
everybody-
Yeah.
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 I remember that. I borrowed $500 from my grandpa.
$500.
Yeah, I just opened to top it off.
Shit.
$500,
Wow.
44 years ago.
And that will last you how long?
That was carrying me a couple of months. Just
$500? Holy. Wow.
my rent was high, but
For
you know,
sure.
as far as miscellaneous,
Yeah, just like extra.
if I get a big bill and I don't have this income coming,
You
and
then-
then I just immediately did evenings and let's do stuff, promotions.
Yeah.
You know.
So you got to think fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You do. Yeah,
Yeah.
you do.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know. Honestly, I wouldn't know how to handle it today. Opening a business, like it's very different in my days.
It's different because, I mean, I think everything costs way
Way
more.
more.
And you got to work hard to get that.
To stand out.
Well, I don't think it's to stand out. I think it's more like your bills are high, so you need to try to match that amount of money that comes in. So you got to work.
And the one thing I didn't do, I didn't take a pay. for 5 years.
Yeah, so that's another thing. A lot of people like they want to pay themselves $100,000 a year starting their
did
business. Like,
not-
hey,
I did not pay myself
5
for
years.
5 years.
Wow.
I couldn't justify it.
No, because it's a big chunk.
It was a big chunk.
Yeah.
I had personally put a little bit of money aside
So yeah,
while I was working.
yeah.
And, it was like I was sharing with Danielle in those days
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
at the apartment.
Yeah.
And it was
You made it
fine.
happen. Yeah.
We cooked all our stuff. We didn't
Together.
buy,
Yeah.
and it would make it so much cheaper than, yeah.
Jeez.
So, no, I didn't
That's
pay.
true. That's a harsh truth that a lot of people
Yeah.
don't know about, eh? It's like, yeah, you
At least a couple of years.
at least a couple of years, yeah. Unless you you explode and like business
then-
is great, then
yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
But you got to be realistic about that.
Yeah. Or unless you're inheriting a business from family,
Yeah.
then you can go ahead.
And it's already
then it's
established.
established.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
start from scratch. You're not going to have a profit for
A
at least
while.
5
years.
years.
Usually it's 5 years.
Usually it's 5 years.
Yeah, usually.
And so
Yeah.
you have to be reasonable. Odd times I would take $100 because I needed something.
Oh, and that, yeah.
But it wasn't pay.
No.
It was, yeah.
I
So it's pretty amazing.
Yeah. It's hard to have a business, that's for sure. But the rewards are high. So
I loved it.
you have to have the personality for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You do.
Yeah.
You do.
And it's funny because as kids, we never really knew what was going on. Like
No.
you guys bought this huge building that was back then almost $400,000
Yep.
back then in the 90s, which would be what,
89.
like what, $1 million plus today?
Oh,
Like
yeah,
if you were to buy,
1.5.
yeah, 1.5.
1.5.
So I don't know how you managed that, but you
And
had,
everybody was looking at us like,
You
oh
guys
my
are crazy."
God, you're crazy. My
Yeah.
mother-in-law, are you kidding?
but that comes back to the people that said, hey, like what do you mean you want to open your business? You don't have a pension?
Exactly.
Then you're like, well, that's my
That's
pension.
my pension now.
It
Yeah.
is. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. The
Yeah.
rents alone are a great
Yeah.
pension.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, you just have to be smart with your money.
Yeah.
But
And actually, before my mother-in-law died, she said, I get you now.
yeah, there you go. Yeah.
So she, she
She
saw through
approved.
it.
She approved in the end.
Yeah, she did.
Oh man. Yeah. Oh, another thing that I wanted to bring up is the constant I don't know how to say this, but like you always want to constantly learn
Yes. Yeah.
in our industry.
Oh, I'd get bored if I didn't.
Well, yeah, true. But like you always have to make sure that you know, even just like ingredients, there's always more study that come out, like vitamin A. Like we're obsessed, right, with vitamin A.
Yes.
And before, because we didn't know so much
We
about
had-
we were like, oh, I don't know,
Yeah.
it strips the skin, and like we had this like opinion about
Bad
it.
imaging.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now,
Now
because
it's
we
like
went
we know.
through training and
But we did take 19 courses.
yeah, we did. Yeah,
so,
we did.
I mean, that's nothing.
No,
I
exactly.
mean, it's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot of course. Yeah, but
And it gets us in the direction that we
want to
the
go.
new direction.
The new
that we're
direction
going.
that we want to go. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we could probably break the news now because, like you're here, so it's a good opportunity for
Yeah.
people to kind of,
Find out.
find out. But is it signed?
Signed.
Is it signed? Is everything signed or?
Okay, what are you talking about?
Well,
Because
hello.
there's so many things.
Okay,
Here.
well the
Oh, the new equipment.
Yeah,
Yes.
is it signed?
It's signed.
Oh,
It
signed,
is.
done, and deal? Okay.
Yes.
So we officially bought the Nordless from Candela. It's a system, it's a new system, and there's two different kinds of IPLs, and there's a Frax. There's a laser resurfacing Frax on it. So we're going to launch it officially in September. We're going to have a huge event, and it's going to be a huge thing. But again, that's something that's costing us $150,000,
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, and a lot of people
But
don't
we're ready
understand.
for it, though.
Oh my God, Jesus.
Yeah,
God.
we're ready for it. First of all, our old E-Max.
I mean, it's
It's still
but
working.
it still works fine. But before
But
it,
one day it'll
it
be
will-
like, no.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, well, what are we gonna do now?
we won't be able to open it, and it's like,
Yeah.
oh shit.
So, and it's no longer on
Warranty
extended,
anyway, yeah.
warranty. So, yeah, that kind of bugged me. Each time I open the
Yeah.
machine, I think it's still very working.
Oh, it works well, but,
But-
it's the chance that we're
the
taking.
electronics
Electronics of the machine.
and
yeah.
to pay to repair it is not worth it.
At this point,
It's
no.
just not.
No.
So, I think we're ahead of the game, and that's going to be exciting.
We're super excited.
Of course, we have to get training on that.
More training.
More training.
Yeah, more training.
And it's going to help our clientele evolve in a totally different way.
Different direction. Yeah. I really, really love the more medical angle that we're going towards.
Yes.
It's really, really
within
fun.
Within
our scope,
right?
within our scope of practice,
Yes.
obviously, but it's just, it puts for the longest time, we did everything, right? Like we did nails, waxing, traditional facials, and then we got into like paramed, but we still did the rest, right? And then like as COVID happened, as like we got like smaller and smaller in the niche treatments that we do, now we're really like, we don't do nails, we don't do waxing anymore.
No.
Like we only do face.
Exactly.
Only face.
And it mostly is anti-aging or
transformative.
Exactly.
Like just,
and the Visia.
Yeah. See, guys, there's so much going on. Like in the last 6 months, we invested so much money in the business. We bought the Visia skin analysis machine, which is bomb. It's still, I'm sure we're still not using it completely to its full capacity yet, but
because we need to bring each client and have a file in there.
Exactly.
So it'll take time.
So for the people that are listening, the Visia it's a medical skin analysis machine. It takes three it takes 3 angles, pictures, and then it gives you scores on how the health of your skin is. It's an in-depth skin analysis machine.
Yes, and
scanner.
for before and after.
For before and afters,
so
it's
there's
amazing.
A lot of before now that we're taking.
Yeah, exactly.
For the next year or so.
Yeah.
But the after will be.
But just to give you an idea, because when we talk about the harsh truth of having a beauty business, when it comes to cost, that machine in Canadian was almost 30 grand.
Yeah.
And then the Nordlist that we got was very expensive as well. So we're looking at almost 200K right there of equipment. Yep. That's just equipment. That's not even like salary.
No.
Products. We invested in Environ too, which is another. Yeah. You know, so I think that's something that you have to, like, if you're listening to this and you're like, oh, I want to do this. It looks so much fun. It's fun if you're motivated and if you plan your stuff accordingly. But it takes, it
has to be the right fit for you, and you have to be able to pay for it without being hungry. Yeah. Like you really have to really well plan your things. Yeah. But we were ready.
Oh yeah, we were ready.
Yeah. So now we're launching 3 different things.
3 different things at the same time.
And then there's the light stem too.
And then we go, oh my God, I forgot about the light stem. So we got the LED. You guys hear us talk about the LED all the time. We started with the standalone Pro panel. Yeah. And then we were doing so much that we were like, okay, we need another one. So we got the dome, the Ellipsa, the dome one, so that we could easily put them in the treatments when we used it. Yeah. So that I forgot about that.
Yeah. So that's
forgot about that. Yeah.
3 new things plus the product.
God.
Yeah. That's 4. We're done now.
Yeah, I think we're done. I think we're done. Yeah. The rest is all about marketing and events and stuff.
Exactly.
But, yeah.
Yeah, so it's pretty exciting.
How do your older clients, like the ones that have followed you for that long, they've seen the evolution and everything, what do you hear from them when, they see all these things happening within the business? Like, what's the feedback from the old timers that are coming in?
Depending on their age, most of them are like, okay, will that be good for me? Like that's really overall the reaction.
Yeah.
Some are getting, like old. 79, 80, and they go, oh my God, really? Should I? Like, will it do something for me?
Yeah.
Or I'm not willing to go into that, but maybe into the product.
Yeah, exactly.
So it keeps them on their toes,
but
it gives them option if they want to take it.
But there was a client the other day, I don't remember who it was. She told you, I don't want to say her name because I want to keep it anonymous, but she came and she said, hey, you guys like really have always evolved. Remember?
Yes.
You remember her?
Yes.
Don't say her name, but yeah, because she was taught, you were working on her.
She was noticing.
Yeah, and she hasn't been a client for that long.
No.
So I don't know where she got her intel, but.
Well, I think looking at our website, all of the things that are happening within the last 3-4 years, I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah.
Because she hasn't been, no.
No, c'est
No.
ça.
But that's pretty nice to hear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
'Cause
'cause-
yes.
That's a comment that we get often when we do events with our members, and because we also have a membership, guys, FYI.
Yeah, that's another thing.
That's another thing. But you know, the clients feel very. They see that we work hard, and they see that we.
Work for their benefit.
Well, yeah, exactly.
I mean,
Everything
as
we
well-
do
as
is for
well
them.
as us, but you know, we do work for their benefit.
Yeah.
Because now with our programs, personalized programs, it's like you've got a 6-month program written for you,
Yeah.
and then from there you can
We just can. Yeah.
you can decide, you can move on because there's always stuff to do.
There's always stuff to do for sure. Yeah.
So
But it's nice because
fun.
they feel the way we work, you know, we specialize in making treatment plans, at least 6 months. That's the minimum time frame
Yeah.
that we do. And then we kind of set them up for success with their skin. And then after we get to a certain point, we do, okay, well, maintenance, do we tackle something else? Like they feel, okay, I don't have to do anything here.
they're
Like literally.
well,
They're well cocooned. They're
Cocooned,
well. We're directing them towards what they need,
Exactly.
and they see the results too. So they, you know,
and automatically they will go, and what next?
yeah, exactly. I know.
So, and really some people, it's like, okay, let me think here for a minute because they do it all.
Yeah.
Some people do it all.
Some people do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Or you,
And-
you know, you go in steps.
Yeah,
Yeah.
baby steps.
Baby steps.
Because we don't want it. Actually, how many times have you said to your client, hey, 10 minutes?
Not yet.
Not
Wait.
yet.
Yeah.
Just go, baby steps.
Baby steps, because sometimes the
Because
skin can't even take
It's
it.
too much.
It's too much.
Yeah.
You know. But yeah, that's what's fun about our job. That's what's
we
fun.
love it.
Well,
That's
we
why
love
we
it.
love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think, is there anything else that you'd like to add that we didn't talk about that comes to mind when it comes to
Opening a business.
opening a business, owning a business?
Get a good accountant.
Yeah.
A good lawyer. People that will coach you
Yeah.
stuff that you don't know at all.
Well, that's the thing. Like, they don't teach you. Like, I'm sorry, but in
No.
school you learn the basics.
Yes.
You don't even learn business stuff at all.
No.
At all.
No.
So I think, especially if you want to be an owner and have a business, you're not just an esthetician.
No, no, no,
You're
no.
a business owner.
You're a business
Yeah,
owner.
yeah.
And you need to know your business.
Yeah.
I mean,
Put your hands in it and
your
understand.
accounting business.
Yeah.
You need to know where you're at
Yeah.
and how much more you can play with it or your projections and
Yeah.
but you really need to be well surrounded by people. And lots of times it's just meeting people.
Yeah. Or referrals from
Referrals, yeah.
Yeah, from friends.
That was very important too.
Yeah.
Yeah, a good bookkeeper or accountant and a good lawyer
Yeah.
will help you. A good banker if you can find one.
Yeah, they're hard to find. They're hard to find. Yeah. But again, I think it's building. You meet someone
Trust.
and then you build a relationship with them, and then eventually you're like, okay, like let's do business.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah, I think the key to all that is have all your tools
yeah,
ready
Yeah.
in every angle. And today, really, there's no excuse.
no, that's true.
So much is available as far as information.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then at one point you just have to invest in that.
Well, you do. Like, you
Yeah.
have to have a certain amount of capital.
yeah,
If you can put some money aside
that's great.
while
yeah.
you're working somewhere else, and then you'd have that cushion. I always had a cushion.
Yeah,
Always.
yeah. Well, you
'Cause
never know.
I came from no money, so it was
So-
like, if I drop, I drop.
I drop.
Like, it's me.
Yeah, it's all on your back.
So I always was very, very much a cushion person.
yeah, yeah. Well, you taught me well because that's the same with
That's
me.
you, same with you.
Same with me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Well, it's like, remember back in I think it was for your 25th, you were working with not a coach, but like you got all your logos done on your
Yes.
towels. Like you had your website. Like I don't
My
remember.
website, that was new.
Yeah, I don't remember what she was called. Like what she did. But back then, coaching was not a thing. But like
She was like a coach.
was like a
but She
coach.
was helping me evolve
evolve and
to the market.
okay,
Okay,
yeah.
like I didn't have a website.
yeah,
I didn't have a sign outside because that was expensive.
yeah.
I didn't have, like I had personalize your sheets.
Your sheets.
personalize your gowns. Yeah, it was more about, and then helping me instead of doing letters,
Yeah.
helping me with the internet, do
And events too, probably.
events. Yeah, we had events. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was the beginning of
Yeah.
the social media, right?
Oh my God. It was way before.
Yeah.
Way before.
Yeah.
Like at that what year
25?
what year was that?
25. That was
90
94.
Yeah, so there was no social media back then. Social media, well, Facebook came out in like 2005. And then the social media that we know today was like maybe 10 years ago.
Yeah.
So it's very
You know,
different.
we're just working with a computer.
yeah,
for
yeah.
your
Technology.
inventory.
Technology. Yeah.
Yeah, technology, which, you sit there and you go, okay,
What do I do?
what do I do now? dot, 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 dot.
Yeah. The old computers. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So she helped me a lot with that. And then it was fine. Then I lost all my staff.
Yeah. Yeah. Staffing, guys,
don't-
it's that's a
It's
whole other
because
thing.
People don't like change.
People don't like change, and well, now
Yeah.
people don't want to work. So
Well, that's
a
the other thing.
whole different
That's
issue.
really surprising.
Yeah,
But
I don't
we've
know where
had-
that's gonna go, but
I don't know.
yeah, like I was saying to you the other day, it's like I think today we're in a time that if you work really hard and you're someone who is willing to work hard, you're gonna succeed a
stand out.
lot better
Yeah.
than the other people that don't want to work.
Yeah.
You know,
Of course.
it's because people are just, I don't know. I don't want to say something, but
Invest in yourself. You're the only person that's responsible for,
yeah.
as far as a business, you're the only person that's responsible for the
Your
success,
success.
of your business.
Exactly. Yeah, you can have
Yeah.
help, but
Yeah.
mostly you're the one
And
person.
staff, well, there are good people out
There are.
there.
Oh yeah.
And I have kept, and I've had some of my staff come back 3 times.
Yeah, exactly.
Working back for 7 years in a row. But yeah, that's something you learn.
Yeah,
And sometimes it's not easy.
it's not. No. I think that's the thing I don't like to, because it's hard. It's hard to.
Well, I remember when you started
Yeah.
10 years ago, you were
It's more than 10 years now.
Well,
we
yeah,
always say 10
sorry,
years,
12.
but we're getting older. So it's like now it's like 12, 13 years ago.
okay, so 12, 15 years ago. It was great because
Yeah.
you were my eyes.
For
Like,
sure.
You were there for anything that would be happening. And that changed a lot.
That changed a lot. And I still think you can find people like that.
yeah.
But,
Oh, yeah. Oh,
but
yeah,
it
of
just,
course.
it takes time.
And you need to be, I don't know. Don't take people for granted.
No.
You know?
Oh, no.
I mean,
for sure.
You need to be a little more conscious of,
Yeah, always.
their body language or how
Yeah.
they're feeling. Because they're people.
Yeah.
And they're-
Staffing is a whole, it should have a whole other like diploma or like a course of like having to manage people because that's super hard.
Yeah, it is.
It can be hard.
It can be
It
hard.
can be hard.
It actually was easy. I'd say 75% of the
Sure.
time.
And then you have that
And
odd
it's
percentage.
just- yeah, there are times where you do need them and it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
And then you have to find better people.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You know, so it's
Everything happens for a
part
reason.
of the business.
It's part of the
it's
business.
part of the business.
We could say it all. Everything happens
Yeah.
for a reason. It's part of the business.
Yeah.
You got to roll with it. You know, there's just,
Yeah.
It's a roller coaster.
It is. It is.
Yeah.
But we love it.
No, we love it for sure. So
I think you covered a lot.
I covered everything.
I think so.
Yeah.
I can't think of anything.
Where do you
else.
see your business going in 10 years? We're going to close it with that.
Moi.
Moi.
Maybe the whole building.
Yeah,
You know, that's always been
I
my
know.
dream, right?
Yeah, I know. We that's a long-term plan that
That's a
we're actually
very
working
long
on.
term.
So just give me some time, guys. That's
Yeah.
going to be a long process. But
Yeah.
the image would be to use the entire building for the business.
Mm-hmm.
But we won't say what we're going to do with it because that would be to reveal some secrets,
Some pretty
Yeah.
nitty gritty stuff.
nitty gritty things. But
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah, but I think that's where you could go one day.
yeah,
I'll be there.
yeah. You'll be there
I'll
and
be
like
there.
I'm just checking in.
My God, 75.
Did you swipe the counter there?
Yeah.
Just a little bit of dust.
La madame, elle arrive.
The boss is coming, guys. Hi. No, we're nice
Yeah.
people. Really.
No.
We are nice people. People like working for us because we're pretty chill, usually.
Actually, yeah.
We're actually pretty chill people, but we have our ways, but we're pretty.
But again, business is business.
No, exactly. We're still human, but we still have our.
Yeah.
Yeah. So on this note, we're going to close it there. So thank you so much, you guys, for joining us on this really special first episode of the new season. And if you guys want to connect with us, just DM us on Instagram at Meta Esthétique or send us an email. If you want to have a longer conversation, hello@themetaesthétique.com. And yeah, this kicks off the summer. Oh my
Great.
God, we have skin parties now too.
Oh.
I totally forgot.
I
We do skin
know.
parties now.
Yes.
So that's
So much
another
fun.
that's another thing that I'm stretching the end there, but that's another thing that we started doing. We do exclusive skin parties for if you want to have some time with your colleagues, with your friends, with I don't know, your girlfriends.
Like maximum of 6 people.
Maximum of 6
though.
people because we're a small, intimate place. But yeah, we do skin parties now.
And there was a
So-
group, and it was.
Oh, it was amazing. We had
yeah.
such a good time with them. They
Yeah.
didn't want to leave.
They didn't want to leave.
So yeah, we do skin parties. So I'll drop all the links below. You guys can check it out. But this is the official launch of the new, because this is June. The podcast is launching in June. So this is month 6 of the year. So we're already halfway through 2023.
Horrible. How time is going fast.
Well, yeah, but it's also, this sets us, it's setting the tone for the next
For the
6
next
months
6
that's
months.
coming. So,
Yeah.
so on that note, we will talk to you guys very soon. Have a lovely day, evening, night, whenever you're listening to this. And we will chat very soon, and take care. Bye, guys.
Bye.